Under caution at Bristol, in numerical order, all of these cars received some damage in the crash triggered by contact between Greg Biffle and Mark Martin. Matt Yoakum is with Mark.
And back here with the 5 car now, Mark, Greg Biffle's team has passed along a message that Biffle's radio cord apparently came unhooked from his helmet, so he didn't hear his spotter. Walk us through what happened from your standpoint.
I needed to go. I hated for the GoDaddy.com guys. I was a lot faster than those guys, and I was going, and it just came up, and, I was on the brakes, but we were hung together when I saw he was going to shut me off, and it's just a shame. It's just a shame, man. We had a car that I really believe could contend to win. I know the 2 was leading, but we were running easy, saving our tires back there, just adjusting our stuff, and mistakes happen, but that's a real bad deal for us. That was just one of those things. I needed to go. I couldn't be waiting around. I was waiting around long enough on them, and I had a fast race car and was going around the outside and just got pinned up against the wall.
And they pulled off that right front tire. They said the upper control arm was broken. Let's take it behind the wall.
Martin was the 6th place car at the time of the accident. He has now scored 33rd behind the pit wall. As is Marcus Ambrose, Regan Smith, several others under repair. David Reagan.
This is how we end up with so many cars, though, back out on the racetrack at the end of the race. You normally don't get enough damage that it puts you out. You can fix it, as you see all these teams doing, and they'll be back out there.
They'll have a little extra time because they're making repairs to the safer barrier at the exit of turn number 2.
Saw him go around here with a pickup with a couple of those styrofoam blocks are going to drop down in there. I don't think it's going to be take too long. See them back here on the truck. Now there's a racer's favorite tool right there.
Big hammer.
Big hammer.
If that doesn't work, get a bigger hammer.
Get a bigger one. I said, give me a hammer.
Buckle up for fantasy racing action and take the checkered flag every week as you build your championship team while staying within a salary cap. Choose 5 drivers before the green flag waves and challenge your friends. Log on to Auto Racing Challenge on foxsports.com today. Keyword auto. 150 laps to go. And there weren't nigh as many as there was a minute ago after all the cars received damage in that incident. A little bit of hammer work among drivers trying to stay on the lead lap. You're watching NASCAR on Fox, presented by GoDaddy.com.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox, presented by GoDaddy.com, is delivered by UPS, the only delivery company trusted trackside by NASCAR.
146 laps to go. Here's your UPS race summary. 8 cautions for 73 laps, 21 of those for a brief shower. 24 cars now on the lead lap, 13 cars involved in the crash at lap 341. This race summary brought to you by UPS, the only delivery company trusted trackside by NASCAR. Matt Kenseth was 16th before that last pit stop where he took only 2 tires, and now he's holding on to 4th place.
Yeah, he is doing very well out there. Todd Parrott's the crew chief who made that call. How long can he hold on?
Well, I hope that we can hold off till our our next scheduled stop. It's probably a few more laps than what we wanted to do with putting 2 right sides on there, but we got our car was off early in the race, and we made some changes, and we needed track position. And Carl yesterday in the nationwide race, he got too close to pit wall and had to put on 2 tires because he didn't have a choice. And he was able to hold his own. He didn't gain any spots, really didn't lose much. So hopefully, the good Lord willing, this is all going to work out.
Well, the driver has to take some chances. Sometimes the crew chief has to take chances too. Good luck with it.
And their best friend, all these caution laps, just cooling those left side tires down.
So Kenseth 3rd behind Kurt Busch and Jimmy Johnson. Next week, short track racing once again as we move on to Martinsville, Virginia, beginning at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Saturday, April 10th, will be in Phoenix under the lights for Sprint Cup Series racing, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Sunday, April 18th, we'll be at Texas. Coverage begins at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 Pacific. Coverage of NASCAR continues in high definition right here on Fox.
You look at those tracks, the further we go, the bigger and the faster they get. And remember, all with our new rear spoiler.
Down to Chris Myers and Jeff Hammond.
Thanks, Mike. Observing some of the pit activity today. And Jeff, who did you go with for our AT&T fastest pit crew today?
Well, it seemed like all day long the Kurt Busch crew, number 2, they've been up there along with Greg Biffle and our 4-time champion, the 48 car. They've just been solid all day long. Every time you turn around, they're making good pit stops.
All right, Jeff Gordon is back on pit road. Let's check in, and Matt Yoakum has the latest there. Matt?
Shannon McGlavery, his spotter, said didn't look like anything was rubbing, but Gordon said when I get on the brakes, I feel something rubbing. So Steve Letarte didn't take a chance, called Gordon to pit road to take a tug on that fender and take a look-see over the car just to make sure everything else was okay. Chris?
Thanks, Matt. Don't forget to vote for the fastest pit crew. Text your selection to 2258, delivered by AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. Last week was Martin Truex Jr. and that 56 crew, and we'll keep an eye on those throughout today, as we always do. Let's rejoin Darrell, Larry, and Mike.
Ready for the restart. David Reagan has returned to the track after crash damage repaired. Kurt Busch and Jimmy Johnson to bring them down. Busch elects the outside lane. Here we go.
Jimmy Johnson was laying off just a little bit there, trying to figure out if he could get a jump on, or at least go even with Kurt Busch. Man, look at McMurray, look to the inside.
Boy, he dove it straight from the top to the bottom of that one car.
Little crack in the door there, he almost drove through it.
A couple of cars back there just inside the top 10 and knocking on the top 10. Carl Edwards, he told us, needed a long run, and that 39 car, Ryan Newman, just been kind of nipping at it all day long. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the 88, remember, he got that pit road speeding penalty not that many laps ago.
Yeah, he was all the way in the back, but due to that wreck and some pretty good driving, evasive driving, here he is. He made up all that time just about.
So we listened in on Dale Jr. and crew.
Getting busted at Bristol for speeding by whatever it was when I didn't really gain nothing on nobody. It's not the way it should be. It should be a different way to do it.
I got you, bud. I got you. Calm down, take a couple deep breaths. Everything's going to be fine.
No,
I've heard that voice before. Larry, I listened to it for 2 years.
Who does that remind you of?
Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Well, Junior's now in 12th place, trying to fight his way back toward the front. And right now, Junior lacks 3.5 seconds to the leader. And we've just gone back to green.
Yeah, he's got a good piece. I think if he just maintains his cool here, he'll be okay.
Could be a top 5 car.
Well, he was. He was running right there in 6th place before he got that penalty.
Now look side by side, the 56 Truex, the 98 Menard. They have been having a whale of a battle for the last 20-30 laps or so.
I don't think there's anybody that could say that Paul Menard is not the most improved driver, certainly in Cup. They have done a whale of a job.
That's a battle for 5th. On the right side, Matt Kenseth in the 17 car. We just talked to his crew chief, Todd Parrott, trying to battle off Jeff Burton in that 31. But you're right, Darrell, on the 98 car and Paul Menard, I think we all felt like if he could get through these 2 short tracks here in Martinsville, that this group's for real.
Yeah.
Junior looking inside on Menard, who wiggles just a little bit off the corner. But the 10th may trade hands here.
The thing I see about Menard this year, I've seen him do it today. When somebody's faster than he is, he doesn't hold them up. He doesn't try to race people he doesn't have any business racing. Driving really, really smart. That's what I've seen.
You know, a guy we have not mentioned all day long because he's just now starting to show a little muscle, A.J. Allmendinger in that green number 43 car. A.J. started back in 23rd position. He has now cracked the top 15. He's just stayed out of trouble. Now he's working on Junior in that 88 car.
Yeah, Junior could not complete the pass on Menard and fell victim to Ryan Newman. Boy, Jeff Burton trying to work his way past Matt Kenseth, and Tony Stewart in the 14 is right there.